Great to see you to talk about this film. I just, came out of it, and I was thinking throughout the movie how original in terms of story, in terms of concept. What do you think when you receive a script like that and think, wow, I'm going to be part of a movie that's quite different?
It's rare. I mean, it's to read a script about a subject matter you've really never seen, and ultimately, I mean, it was Alexander, so I was like, yes, before I even read it. Yeah, I mean, I just. For every reason. And I just thought I love Jim and Alexander's writing, and it was just an unbelievable script, a great subject matter. It was funny, it's really sad. It had kind of everything. And again, it was Alexander, so I was in from the get-go.
The comedy also comes from the small details in the film, things you don't think about, and then it's quite funny to hear. I mean, There's a lot of examples, but is it the kind of set where you also think of things that, if everybody went downsizing, what would you do with?
Yeah, you think about it, which I think this is why so many people this movie stays with them after they watch it, because you are kind of forced to ask yourself, even while you're watching it, would I do it? How much would I really sacrifice to help? And I think it's an important question to ask.
Of course, it's the most obvious question I could ask you, but what would you downsize for? What would be the main motivator for you?
It would be to make less of an imprint on the environment, on the planet, and to help in some way, save it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, bigger apartments for less.
Yes, exactly.
Capital is not a bad one either. I was, Matt Damon, he knows how to play, the everyday guy so well. What makes him so special as an actor? Obviously, having worked with him before.
So many things. First of all, he's so incredibly nice and genuine as a human being. And for me, I was very intimidated and very nervous to work with him. And that it goes away because he's just such a nice person and makes you feel at ease. And doing scenes with him, you just sort of watch him because he's incredible. And I think, it's a challenge for people to reinvent themselves a lot, and I think in this movie he's done it again. It's like something I've never seen him do, and it's an amazing performance. And Hung, I think, is just otherworldly. I'm so excited for her.
You star as his wife in the film, and it's too early to give anything away. So what can we say without divulging?
I think she represents the part of the population that's not quite sure if this is a good idea, and I think her fears are valid. And on paper, going to Leisureland and downsizing sounds like the perfect thing, but you do have to also reconcile with, I'm going to leave my family and just everything I've ever known. It's like going to a different planet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Many messages, I would say, in the film. Which one resonates the most for you?
I mean, I always say I feel like it's a love story at heart. There's so many. It's hard to say. I just think it's a really beautiful story, and I have friends that have seen the movie and who have said that it's stayed with them, and they really have questioned how they live their life with material things, and just how they, are you helping or not helping when it comes to the environment? And I think that's great that people are being asked that question.
How does it feel showing this movie to an international audience here in Venice, for the first time?
It's so exciting. I've never been to this festival. I am pinching myself. I'm so honored to be here and to be a part of this film. It's very exciting.
It's an exciting festival. It's an exciting platform of, you just arrive to your premiere in a boat. Who wouldn't want to do that?
I know. I always see pictures of people arriving in boats. I'm like, we get to do that. And then I realized that, there's no cars. You have to do that.
Yeah, so you are forced to be in a luxury boat, even if you don't want to.
No, it's amazing. I love it.
And let's talk about Alexander Payne and his, creativity and, the attention to detail he has to everything, and his genuine sense of, quirky humor that I think is quite special to him.
It's a great combination to have that that imagination and sense of humor and free thinking, and also have such a great attention to detail. It's a perfect balance, and I think that's why his films are so beautiful and intentional, and I just think he's one of the greatest filmmakers of our time.